Yeah. All right, testing. I can't. All right, here we go. Now I can hear myself. Yeah. We should be good to go now. Hold on, let me double check that. Yeah, we good. Yeah. If you stand on lineage, hit that like button. If you stand on lineage, hit that like button.
Set it on fire.
Nah, the other one.
Set it on fire.
If you stand on lineage, hit that like button. You stand on business, hit that like button. All right, let's get it.
OCO, freethinkers.
I broke down how they took our lands, when they took our lands. I even gave you verbatim government documents, time periods, and all. There's no excuse. And all those people that's yelling and screaming, talking about Africa this, Africa that, go there. We not stopping you. Go to Africa. Go live there. See if you can blend in. Ain't gonna be nobody standing there, welcome my brother, or you are American. It's no problem. Everything you need is here. Everything you need. Follow me. Ain't gonna be nothing like that, Slim. You gotta get in where you fit in, just like everybody else out there. You think it's gonna be a way better living in Africa? They fooled the people like that went on ahead and agreed with the American Colonization Society. They made pretend like it was gonna be a better way of living in West Africa because certain parts were not fully populated, but they were fully colonized. Oh, you gonna leave one colonized land to another one and think that's gonna be a better way of living? That's why it was less than 15,000 of them that went. Everybody else was like, kick rocks. What Negro problem?
OCO, freethinkers. You're now tuned into the realest historian on the planet.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Relax and take notes.
He's here to make you think.
The Africans came way later, 1900s later. I put that on screen. We were not brought over here by way of slave ships. I put that on screen. I showed you that there was no such thing as a slave ship. I put that on screen. Number one, they couldn't come straight across the Atlantic with the ocean gyres there. They would be lost to sea. Number two, you're not about to fit 100, 200, nobody on a sailboat. They can't carry that much weight on a sailboat. Don't forget that they're calling them ships, but they were boats. Wherries, rowboats, those are small. The cargo ships came in the 1850s, and the first 3 cargo ships were owned by 3 different people, and those cargo ships were not being utilized commercially. The commercial use of the cargo ships came in the late 1850s. By that time, you had what, 10, 15 years more until slavery was allegedly abolished?
You are watching a master at work.
Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
We have been lied to about who we are. We're not African. None of us are. They got statue after statue up of Confederate soldiers, this, Union Army, that, this museum is this. You do not have the names of your heroes that enabled slavery the way that we were told. You're not telling us the names of the people that made it seem as if you won some type of war by capturing enslaved Africans and bringing them over here. And don't get it twisted, people came, but it wasn't you. Well, me and my wife tell you in these Statue of Liberty videos, but foreigners coming. This
motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.
Once people get cognizant of what's going on, then yeah, we can make some changes because their stay is a temporary stay. The reason why is because if you look at the term resident, that means that's a person in transient status. That means that that person has somewhere else to go. Yeah. That's not their original land. So this is what you're calling yourself when you're saying that you're a citizen. You're saying the same thing. A citizen is a resident. Resident is a person in transient status. That means you're there temporarily. That doesn't mean that you're there permanently. People are not tied to their states. They're tied to a state. Which one is that? that? It's 13 districts. So who was the head of the 13 districts? The corporation. So where was the corporation established? Washington, D.C. But wait, Washington, D.C. is not a state, right? So anybody that's a citizen, that means that you're stateless. If you're stateless, that means you're not tied to any state. That means you're not tied to their constitution. The reason why is because you're tied to the city of Washington as a citizen. So you're here temporarily by their paperwork. They're literally trying to take you off of your land. That's the enemy. That's how you point them out.
This man is unstoppable.
This is the second time it was changed. I'm going to show you all something. These are the manuscripts of the Virginia Company of London. Look closely at the quote here. It says 20 and odd Negroes, okay? The West Indies. This is talking about the West Indies, where they got it from. That's where they were going back and forth.
I will not be debating Dane Calloway.
Yeah, that boy's scared. That boy's scared.
The best teacher you wished you had in school. Have your pens and paper handy and get ready to take notes. Take notes. It's Dane Calloway.
Yes, sir.
It's up.
If you stand on business, hit that like button. You stand on principle, hit that like button. You stand on your heritage, hit that like button. All right. Look, man. Hey, man. Look. Yeah, we here. Hey, they so mad, bruh. Tell me why you mad, bruh. Hey, look. Don't make me do it. I'll drop some bombs on you. Woo! You better not make me freestyle. You don't want it. Listen. Look, I'm trying to tell you. I take that echo off and shut this whole thing down. You lucky I ain't on camera just yet. Look. Alright, look. Alright. I'm a little slide for right now. Just for right now, but we gonna get right into it. Cause listen, y'all, I hope y'all doing well. We gonna still have fun tonight. I may even sneak that in during this live stream, but it's some things I want to get into. Shout out to those of you that are in here tonight. Matter of fact, let me
Set it on fire.
It's late night. I haven't done a late night one in a while, but due to some situations, we was gonna have to do that. In fact, I'm kind of delayed more than a day or two. I don't know. That may come out sooner or later, man. I might have to make that strong ass announcement. We'll see. I'm a keep it professional for right now and not give anything away, but it's a beautiful thing. I got my piece. This is beautiful. I love the fact that our people are now stepping up and really not caring that these people are hating because they have accepted who they are. They have accepted what this was all about from the get-go. They now understand why they believe that they are in the conditions that, for example, Deuteronomy will say that they're in. Our people are understanding that the curse was not based off a book, okay? It was not based off of somebody else's wordplay with their mouths. The curse is right on our own brains. And a lot of people are breaking that curse. As we sit here today, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that that's happening. So you got to remember, the Creator did not say that those spells cannot be broken. You hear me? Keep that in mind. The Creator did not say that those spells cannot be broken. In other words, that means that it is up to us to break those spells. Cast away all that negativity that they will swing our way, because they know that we are the chosen. They know that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I really want to dig into some things that was sent to me, and shout out to those of you that are in the 13% community server. I know y'all don't, y'all know I don't follow no religious belief. I'm not into that, but I am a spiritual person. So that doesn't mean, okay, that I'm atheist, for example. I know that there is a creator. I know there's a greater spirit. I don't want you to get my messages twisted. I know what's going on. I just need more of our people to understand what's going on. Our ancestors left it up to us to change the narrative, to change the way we live, to change the way we have accepted life to be for us in general, while we consistently complain about it. There's so many different things that we have since been discovering over these years. Man, it is beautiful. It is amazing. More of our people are looking into their own families and finding out the truth. Now, y'all know I don't like the term black. And I told you why. It's not because, just because I'm like, oh no, we're not a color, blah, 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 blah. It's deeper than that. I showed you all of that as far as why these social constructs that were placed upon our people were purposely done to our people so we won't know the truth about our indigenous roots, our indigenous heritage, our indigenous traditions, our indigenous practices, our indigenous beliefs, or whatever you may want to call that part, indigenous spirituality. The point is that now it's finally coming to a head, and I'm thankful that I'm seeing our people stepping up now, and they noticing that a lot of hate is coming their way because of that. Just think about that now. Just think about that. You are claiming your indigenous roots. You're sharing your stories with what you thought would be your own people right here online. All of a sudden, these foreigners coming out of nowhere hating on you for claiming who you are. Now, you know that is a red flag. That should be alarming to all of you. That's a big deal. I've been saying this for years. That is a major deal, because once you reclaim who you are, which is the indigenous people of this landmass, you are the indigenous people of this landmass. A lot of foreigners welcome will be at the tail end, especially those who don't respect us for who we are and what we represent and what we have done for this landmass, this country, and what we still do for this landmass, for this country. We did a hell of a lot. We are doing a great deal. However, we do have people out there that are doing our ancestors a disservice by continuing to push the wrong narrative about our people that some other foreign group created for us to be represented as. That's what they gave us. Is called indoctrinating misinformation. And our people learned about that in schools, not by their parents. In schools. And then we got people out there, and it's just sad to see. There's people out there telling you not to listen to your elders of your family members that know the history of your family members. People, strangers are telling you that your own family members are not trustworthy when it comes to knowing your indigenous root or your genealogy of your family. You know this is a big deal. They know this is a big deal. I'm going to be getting into some videos that was sent to me and it's not going to be on one side, okay? I'm not trying to say that I'm going to be playing anything one-sided. We're going to get all perspectives. We're all going to talk about this. The reason why is because it was always a trending topic. Keep in mind, our people are always the trending topic because we are the trendsetters. Nobody sets the trends but us. Everybody has copied historically. And that's just not a brag. That's just not bigging up my own people. That is a fact that cannot be debunked. Everybody copied us, literally. They copied our way of life. They copied our means of civilization. Tonight, we just gonna go into our people and what they are saying, and other people too, okay? And other people too. But I wanna start off, matter of fact, let me start off with that. Let me start off with another person that knows who they are speaking about us. Now, keep in mind, some of you are probably going to hear people say things like African American or Black American. We know that they're talking about us. However, we all know that we disagree with those labels, okay? So when you hear them, I know that we can individually critique these people about, misrepresenting us still by running around with that type of terminology as far as misclassifications or it being a social construct and a misnomer all wrapped up in one. But let them talk. Let them get it out. So keep in mind, more people are waking up. I'm not telling you to beat these people up, guys. Don't get in their comments and beat them up. Get in their comments and teach them. Let them know, hey, we here waiting on you. Come on. All right, we'll let you slide with the black for now, but just know later on down the line, okay? That's got to change. You understand what I'm saying? We know who you talking about. Yes, we did set the foundation here, but we never represented ourselves as Black. Black was always representing a group of people in the continent that we call Africa. Not all of Africa. That has nothing to do with us. And we associated ourselves with the derogatory term in the 1960s, blackity black, black power black. We made a mistake. And I know some of y'all are not going to see that just yet, but that's okay. I covered that previously in a couple of my documentaries and live streams, but we're not going to go into that right here, at least not right now. I may have to bring that up depending on what a person is saying throughout these videos that I'm getting ready to play. Now, we're going to be here for a while. This is not necessarily going to be a short live stream because I want to go over some ones, that people have been sending, and all of them got different takes. There's certain similarities, but I want you to peep how our people especially are talking this day and age. So let me start off with the foreigner though, okay? Let me start right there. I want y'all to see something because they see what we're doing. They see that I'm teaching and other people that are out there that are teaching, like Top Cats and like Sister Bethy. Listen, and we are out there teaching, and it's people out there like Darvis on Twitter. Don't get it twisted. It's people on Instagram. Shout out to Aboriginal B. And it's a lot of our people on TikTok. There's so many of them on TikTok. I don't know their names, and I apologize. I would have shouted you out just now, and you know that. But I'm just saying, for right now, there's so many people. Listen, I'm just thankful I got excited. That's beautiful, okay? But we putting in the work. But keep in mind, guys, don't beat these people up. Just educate them. Just educate them. We all got taught the same lie, okay? Don't forget that part. We all got taught the same lie, especially if they received their education in America, because they're not taught that same thing anywhere else. And we are going to get into that point that I just mentioned just now, later on in the segment. But first, let me play this. Hold on, let me make sure I boost up the volume. Okay, the booster's on. And should I go Resident Evil 2? Nah, let me go Resident Evil 7. Let me go Resident Evil 7 for right now. For right now. Y'all know me, new Resident Evil in February. So, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait. But anyway, let's play this one. Oh, let me turn this up. All right, now, let's listen. Automatically, you can tell that this is a foreigner. All right, now, not all the time should we be judging a book by its cover. Peep game, okay? I'm saying this because not all foreigners are against us. Now shut up, Montana. Resident Evil ain't never mid. Don't start that crap with me tonight. Ain't won't ever be mid. Don't play like that. Don't disrespect Resident Evil like that. Don't do that. You could try any other game, but that and GTA, you know better. They ain't never gonna be mid. You know better than that. Don't do that. Anyway, I'm just saying, we're not immigrants, right? I agree with that. We're not, right? And it is other immigrants, for example, I'm just saying, that are outside what we see, that are complaining about us, that are talking about us in the correct sense. Let me not say sense. In the correct narrative? Hold on, wait. Not correct narrative. Let me say with the truth. With the truth. But again, not all things that I'm getting ready to play I'm going to agree with. I'm just letting you know right now, but it is best that we listen to what they're saying. Let's start off with the foreigner. That was a big disclaimer. I'm not doing that no more. Yeah, and manner. That's right, y'all. Y'all all late. Correct manner. That's the word I was looking for. Chat, y'all late. Y'all late. I said that like 10 seconds ago. Y'all late. Y'all was supposed to help me right there. No, that's okay. It's okay, because I don't got no delay on. That was on y'all. That was on y'all, chat. Okay? Y'all was supposed to be right there with the next word for me, right there. But nah, 10 second, 20 second delay, I don't got no delay on. So don't give me that crap. It's the latency. Don't blame the latency. No, you better not be blaming it. No. Okay, y'all apologizing. I appreciate that, chat. That's all I'm saying. It's family here. You know, you got to take some accountability too, chat. All right, come on, here we go.
No one's disregarding the natives. They just came from Siberia. They are Asian. I learned this in elementary school.
Hold on. Her video is lower than others, y'all. So I didn't get a chance to turn everybody's up because this is coming directly for people sending it to me. So I hope that y'all heard that part. Did y'all hear that beginning part right then and there? I'm going to play it again.
No one's disregarding the natives. They just came from Siberia. They are Asian. I learned this in elementary school before it became an agenda, before they were able...
Y'all heard that, right? Okay, y'all heard it. Okay, good. All right, let's do it again. I mean, just listen to her opening statement.
No one's disregarding the natives. They just came from Siberia. They are Asian. I learned this in elementary school before it became an agenda, before...
She admitted that the Native Americans are Asians. They Siberians. She said she learned about that in school. And if you think about it, didn't you? You learned the exact same thing in school. Tell the truth. But see, okay, hold on. Exactly, okay? But notice how we didn't pay much attention to that. We just bypassed it. Out of all of those years we were in school, we bypassed the key thing. People gonna remember. And if they were educated here in America, those that are about the truth are gonna speak the truth. Again, now, here's another thing. I haven't watched all of these videos, especially in full. So again, let me put my disclaimer out there. That does not mean that I agree with everything that they're stating. So I'm gonna play this out right now.
No one's disregarding the natives. They just came from Siberia. They are Asian. I learned this in elementary school before it became an agenda, before they were able to cover it up. Black Americans were reclassified from Native Americans to African Americans. Not.
Woo! Hey, listen, y'all, this is why I'm telling y'all, it's not all foreigners. That's why I'm gonna be real. This is a reason why I'm still doing, like, I mean, you know, I know y'all gonna say FBA, right? I disagree with the black part. I told y'all how I feel about FBA and Tariq Nasheed. But this is another reason why I did not want y'all attaching me to him. Because he coming at all foreigners as if all foreigners are against us, and that's not true. That's not true. And that's why I got to disagree with that, because I know for a fact, me personally, that foreigners have been helping, have been helping to push the narrative. I know that for a fact. And then they get up there and apologize to me. Like, I'm representing everybody, and I appreciate that. But I'm saying, like, I like when they got the, they got the audacity to come online and start talking like this, no matter how their peers feel inside of the comments. Okay? But no, spreading that message is helping. You got to understand that. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Spreading that message is helping. Yes, it is. That's putting their own people in check. I'm just letting you know that.
All of them come from Africa.
So let me
school before it became an agenda, before they were able to cover it up. Black Americans were reclassified from Native Americans to African Americans. Not all of them come from Africa. They are finding this with their DNA tests. They are finding this with their literal elders telling them. Even Siberians know where y'all came from. Native Americans are just like Koreans and Japanese people. They come from the people of the Yellow River. That's where all Asiatics come from. Then they did something called migrated, and after they migrated, they ended up enhancing on gene pools that are only slightly different to mainland Asiatics. If you're new to my page, I'm a spiritual creator, and I disguise myself as a political activist. Because that's the only way people my age, with my background, will listen to me. When I refer to China, I'm...
Whoa. Whoa. Now, remember, we just said this. We just said that, let them do it. They helping spread the message to their own people. And you heard what she said. Let's repeat that one more time.
Even Siberians know where y'all came from. Native Americans are just like Koreans and Japanese people. They come from the people of the Yellow River. That's where all Asiatics come from. Then they did something called migrated, and after they migrated, they ended up enhancing on gene pools that are only slightly different to mainland Asiatics. If you're new to my page, I'm a spiritual creator, and I disguise myself as a political activist. Because that's the only way people my age, with my background, will listen to me. When I refer to China, I'm mostly referring to the original Asiatics that come from the Yellow River, hence the yellow peoples, the golden peoples of the sun. We are one of the last hieroglyphic and tonal languages left on this planet. Have integrated ancient traditions into modern life, and live in a balance among nature and society. We have an opportunity now before they can coin a new term for spiritual psychosis, which, by the way, was coined by a white girl who was a self-proclaimed pathological liar. But we have this window of time before they figure out how to bury all of the information that we've uncovered, before they start calling us crazy again. And we have to go back to disguising ourselves as anything other than spiritual creators. All of the conspiracies were true. And And maybe they all lead to anti-Semitism because the people lying to us hide actively behind Judaism. If Jews face such harsh discrimination in this society, can somebody point me to a single one that is dealing actively with systemic oppression? A single one of them and that has been deported? They want to be...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
As people of color so bad, yet they live in rich neighborhood. I canvassed doors in Georgia. I went to all these neighborhoods knocking on them. Never met a dark Jewish person. Never met a poor one. The Japanese look a spitting image of us. Literally stole Hanzi, the Chinese characters, and are calling it kanji. And because the white man told them they spawned in looking like that, they believe it. To trace genetic ancestry, all you need is eyes. I know the Chinese came from melanin because every time I go to a predominantly black, what we consider black, space, I am treated like family. Unless, of course, they're racist and don't like Asians. That's a different story. There's all types of people out there. There's Asians that don't like black people. There's black people that don't like Asians. We gotta accept it. We gotta just know when to move on. But the truth of the matter is we share a history, and that's why they lie about both of our histories in the same exact way. The playbook keeps becoming too obvious. The illusions are starting to die. That's why so many Americans are miserable. And so many foreigners who just drank the American Kool-Aid are miserable. They're illusionary.
Woo! Okay. All right. Okay, let me keep going.
That's why so many Americans are miserable. And so many foreigners who just drank the American Kool-Aid are miserable. Their illusionary magic that they do at the Vatican is at its weakest point. We have the opportunity now to break it entirely. We just have to prove that we're gonna do better than we did last time. And the second we truly break their illusions, they're gonna try and break the world. Wars always coincide with awakenings. And even the white girl said it. Look, they want you to be afraid of celebrity.
War always coincides with awakenings. Remember, I tell you all the time that you cannot have peace without war. Listen, y'all. This is spiritual warfare. This is not a game. Get in line, stand in formation in order for you to receive information. You got to get information. You got to be ready. You got to be a warrior. The time is now, y'all. This is happening now. Right now. Every single video you about to see me play is recently. This is right now. This ain't years ago. This is right now. You said they're buffering my stream? I mean, here we go.
Celebrities have been talking to us for years because they are sitting at the table with these people and they know their playbook. They have been actively exposing them. We just don't listen to them. Like Andre 3000 said, y'all just want to dance. But yeah, even the white girl said it. We'll have to stop the world just to stop pretending. And that's what they're going to try and do. So all the people who are afraid right now are going to cling to their illusions. Cling. I see my family doing it now, my adoptive family. I see it. Spent years decolonizing their minds. They could almost see the light. And all of a sudden, this war thing starts happening and they're zip. Back to their property. Back to their 9-to-5s. Back to their faith. That's the agenda. It's just hard to watch real time. It's the second time I've done this though. And I am left coping with the fact that I'm going to lose another family. All due to the lies that the white man spreads. The lies that he depends on to exist. The actual native ones are the ancient ones, and all the ancient ones are dark-skinned, melanated people. People keep asking me for proof. I'm just the messenger. I just speak the truth I know. Those same people refuse to scroll the comments on my videos. And I saw the melanated community discover their true Aboriginal origins. and their emotional response was the exact same as mine when I discovered that I'd been lied to about China. Not just influencers, people with lives, families, degrees, being brought to their knees because of this information they've been lied to about. You can't fake those kind of reactions, and only somebody who's been through it can identify that as genuine. So
wow. I'm not, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Look, and I had to stop it with 13 seconds left. Y'all, this, I'm not gonna lie. And we opening with this video. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. This is what y'all needed to hear. Because I know it's a lot of y'all out there that are battling with some of the foreigners that are against what you're doing. But you got to understand that what she just said was very true. At the same time you're finding out, they're finding out. You understand what I'm saying? They're finding out. No, I'm not saying it. Okay, again, it's a lot of things that I disagree with Tariq Nasheed. But part of that is right. Like the part that you know that he got from me is correct. Okay? So it's not about me working it out with them. They got to work that out amongst themselves. I don't have to, I'm not here to, mediate a conversation with people that don't want to have a conversation about this. I'm here to make things happen for our people that know that we should be doing something about this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no debating this. There's not no, 75% right and the rest is wrong. No, we got to be 100% about everything that we're talking about here. And see, look, and I'm telling y'all, I've been doing this for 10 years now, and finally, this is happening. I'm so glad, though, don't get me wrong, but we got work to do. Like I hope you heard the back end of what she was saying, because what she was saying was absolutely truthful. There's so much work that we have to do now that we know, okay, the truth. On top of people saying, bad things about us in the comments and everything like that, because it was a hard pill for them to swallow too. Keep in mind, this is all happening simultaneously. So I'm not knocking you guys, but when I say hurry up, I'm not knocking you guys when I'm saying, hurry up, but hurry up. We have so much more work to do with our people. Yes, we are indigenous to this. You are hearing a direct foreigner tell you the same thing. And she ain't got no cut cards. She told you who she was. She told you who her people was. And she told you that she telling her people. When the last time you seen videos like that? This is how you know times are changing now. This is a major deal. This is nothing to be played with. So regardless of what, for example, regardless of what religious practice, okay, you believe in, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is so critical that part shouldn't matter. A spiritual warfare consists of all of your people, no matter what your religious belief or spirituality may be, or if you combine them both, because that's not what they're after. They're after your mind. They're about control. So yes, they want more division tactics to be spread amongst us as a people. But this is why I'm so glad that I played this video first, so you can see that it is other foreigners out there that are not only, I'm not trying to say that she was speaking on our behalf, because she was telling what she knows to be true. And that was also linking with her spirit. So she told you that she was a spiritual person. When y'all say that this is biblical, what do you think that is? When y'all say that it was written, what do you think that is? You look at biblical, okay, when you say it's biblical, that's reality, right? You immediately say, no, that was written. You say, hey, that's about to be reality, or that's reality. That means when a person speaks from their spirit, you understand what I'm saying? You know where it's coming from now. You know where it's coming from. Okay? And I'm not saying that this is where we got to go and start worshiping somebody's ideology. This is not about that. This is not about worshiping somebody's ideology. This is getting back to what our ancestors have already laid for us. I explained to you multiple times and showed you and proved you to let you know what happened. Most of y'all want to know what happened. I tell you. We tell you. We tell and show you. I show you all the time. But now, like, that's why I'm so glad. I'm very thankful that you are doing your research on your family. That's what counts. You are doing the paperwork on your family to find out what happened to your families individually. That's needed. That is the proof to let you know that you are indigenous to this landmass. Remember earlier in this segment, earlier in her video, she told you that the Black Americans, and she said so-called or something like that. She was letting you know she don't like that term black, which is correct. Got switched to the Native Americans. They are the Black Americans are the indigenous people. You heard her. She said Aboriginal, whatever term you want to use, primordial, whatever one. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is the truth. That is what's written. That is what's prophesied. That is the truth. That is reality. They can't get away from that. No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not here to debate the Bible. Okay? I'm not here for that. We could go that route at a different time. I'm not here to debate that because that's not what this is about. I'm not here to debate who you worship or who you love. I'm here to tell you that you should be loving you, yourself, your family, and your people because they made you forget about them to the point where you don't know your people here. And that's the fight. That's something that needs to change because once you realize who you are, then we can make the proper progress. That's what I've been saying this for years. And I'm going to constantly repeat because there's so many more people waking up now. Thank the Creator for that. We got to do this. Not nobody else. It's us, y'all. It's up to us. But I'm glad that you are getting a chance to see that there are foreigners out there that are speaking up as well. Whether if you want to say it's for your benefit or not, but I'm just saying, at least 98% of what she said is accurate. At least. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right, so now I'm going to play another video. And I believe this is the one that they were telling me that the girl was against. Wait, hold on. I could be wrong. Hold on. Let me just play it.
I just got a question. Why when black people are talking about their ancestry or their genealogy?
What's up, y'all? It's Gia. I'm back. I'm here really quick because I just want to address a couple things regarding that video that I'm stitching and this video right here. Those two videos that I made, I appreciate y'all fucking with it for all my people, but I also want to address a couple things that I've seen in the comments. I don't know how me and my people talking about our genealogy and why we were reclassified a multiple amount of times turned into a whole debate, argument, discussion with the Native Americans.
The reason why, sister, is because it exposes them. The reason why they're doing that is because it exposes where they came from even further. Don't forget that the other girl showed you that they tried to bury that. And she learned that in elementary school. Now, I don't know how old she was, but a lot of us can recall that we did learn that in school. We just never thought about it. to this degree. Not only did we put more thought behind it, but we also followed up and started searching our family's records that do exist. So yes, the ones that they are calling Native Americans are upset about that because that threatens their position. Then you're going to realize that they're Siberians. They are of Asian descent. They're literally not indigenous to this landmass. Not this one. Their people were not from here. They just got here. That's why they're mad. We could easily say, no, they need to go. All we got to do is step up and say it. And make it happen. They are in our position. And they shouldn't be. That's how deep it is.
And it's just so funny to me how y'all claim that y'all these holy spiritual people, but the shit that y'all say online and the experiences that I've had with y'all in real life do not reflect that.
Right, that's true. A lot of people in them comment sections are hypocrites. Talking about something that's that's absolutely the truth. I done seen it myself. All this hate. And we ain't come with no hate for nobody. And we the ones that went through it. I didn't come up on here hating nobody. Not one time. Man, I'm glad this is happening.
I don't know why it's such a big discourse around Black American people doing their genealogy, and we finding certain things in our genealogy, but I'm gonna need for all of y'all to tighten up. At the end of the day, like I said before, we don't have shit to prove to anybody. Us finding out our genealogy and doing our heritage research, that's strictly our business. I don't know why y'all feel the need to try to chime in and try to tell people who they are, where they come from, like y'all really know us, because y'all really don't.
Exactly. Thank you, sister. Yeah, see? Listen, y'all. Male and female. Our brothers and sisters. They had enough. I told y'all this. They cannot stop this, y'all. They can't stop this regardless, no matter what. And all them foreigners are doing that are in your comments, sister, and the brothers and the other sisters out there that are, talking about their genealogy online, do not stop doing that. Continue to do that. But as foreigners in the comments wanting to learn, just as well as there's other people of ours that are in the comment section trying to learn. Like, it be trolls in the comment section that have no idea what they talking about. They will Google, Wikipedia, Chat GPT all day long, but once they start learning something, they go make another account. And then they turn around and say, I've been down with you for 4 or 5 years, Dane. You've been telling the truth. Meanwhile, I can see how long their account been up under the same IP address that been trolling. But they changed their mind. It happens. It happens. I'm just saying. Yeah, I heard people tweaking Chat GPT to tell the truth. That's gonna take a long time though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Keep in mind, Chat GPT is on number 4, and they got 5 and 6 coming. And the government got a contract with Chat GPT's owner, OpenAI, the Department of Defense. So sooner or later, basically it's already another Google. It's already been infiltrated, y'all. It's been infiltrated. The early stages of Chat GPT was going in, but now they took that over now. So don't get it twisted. It may be telling you the truth because, you programmed it to tell you the truth, but that's just the surface level of, how far Chat GPT could go for others. Chat GPT is not going to tell you the same thing that they tell other people, just like Google wouldn't. It's based off of your own algorithm. It's based off of your own interests. They're there to sell it back to you. That's what the program is about. Okay? It's not necessarily as accurate as you think just because it's agreeing with you, regardless if it's telling the truth or not. Because those type of AI algorithms are not there to tell you the truth. They'll tell you to give you what they think is a fact based off of what they can find throughout the internet. Mainly pulling from sources that are articles, not pulling from books, not pulling from transcripts or anything of primary source material. It's getting worse now. AI is getting worse. That's gonna be a whole nother topic. I'm not gonna go that far, but I'm just gonna state this. It's getting to the point now where AI is taking over how people think because they're able to paint the picture now. So not only are they providing information, they're also now giving people video formats that look like a real person, real setting, real events, whatever you want to call it. You understand what I'm saying? That is, okay, that's a problem because that could be turned into a weapon. And I've been forewarning people this for so long, but I know people gonna turn the other cheek, but I've been telling you that these smart devices are not smart as in what you think they are. The original definition of smart means harmful. Just know that. And artificial intelligence means that it's not real. So they debunking themselves by what they're called, no matter what type of intelligence you may think it has. They say men lie and women lie, but numbers don't lie. And I tell you, yes, they do. The numbers do lie when it's men and women that control them. Same thing goes for AI, because it's men and women that program them. Stop giving AI too much credit. And unfortunately, people loving AI because they making it seem so convenient and, oh, it's a beautiful thing. Y'all, that's a weapon of mass destruction, y'all. That could be used against us, and I hope our people wake up to that. I'm gonna keep it pushing.
Then those of us that do have mixed ancestry, those of us that are finding our family members that are on the dolls rolls, when we're coming to the Native American community to learn the history and see how we can get connected and see how we can, follow up with this research, we're being hit back with a bunch of anti-blackness. And in reality, y'all showing y'all true colors and y'all just as racist as the white tea people that colonized y'all. In reality, I don't do too much arguing with y'all because the way I see it is it's the same people with different admixtures. It's just a bunch of cousins arguing about a bunch of bullshit. And it's not only the Native American people. You have the African diaspora, some foreigners that we made it possible for them to come over here trying to network with y'all as if they know anything about us. Them people got problems going on in their own country. Half of the people from the African diaspora, they don't even know where they come from. Their parents don't even tell them their birthday, nor do they keep records of themselves. So I don't know why y'all feel the need to want to meat ride these people like y'all really know what y'all talking about. Y'all just mad because we're making the clear distinction that there is a difference between an African living in America and an African or a Black American.
Now, what I was saying earlier, and I just realized that I had my mic on mute, is the fact that she is, and just like some other people that I'm getting ready to play, they're going to be stating things that I disagree with, okay? But keep in mind, they're still learning. You could hear them. Like when I paused and I was talking, I was giving my disclaimer, reminding you to let you guys know that I'm not going to agree with everything. But notice how she came back around. You could tell that she's learning. She came back around with some truth. Right behind that, she's learning. Give them a chance to learn. Let them learn. Please do not get on these people in the comments as if they're doing something wrong. Help your brothers and help your sisters and teach them, especially if you know the truth. Not believe the truth, you know the truth. I understand where she's coming from saying that we're all cousins. Notice how we would be saying that. And then she turned right around and said, but there has to be a clear distinction between an African in America, and an American in Africa. We know this already. There is a huge difference. And finally, that door is open. Let our people get this out. They have the right to vent. We need the healing. Venting is a part of healing. You got to get it out. This is like online coaching, online counseling. Unfortunately, I know that may sound bad to you, but that's just how today's society is. They're online. So I would not be beating this sister up because I know for a fact that some of that stuff is incorrect, but that's not her fault. She's learning. I will gladly teach her what's going on about our history, and it's on my channel. But yeah, I see what's going on TikTok, y'all. Don't get on her. Encourage her to keep learning. That's all I'm saying.
Because at the end of the day, just like the Native American community, y'all are anti-black too. Y'all do not like black people either. Y'all will sit around and try to cosplay us and be up in everybody's face knowing damn well that y'all don't like us, and y'all have been warned to stay away from us when y'all come over here, but y'all steady want to reap the benefits that are meant for minority communities like my community.
You see what I'm saying? See how they putting it together? If you listen to what the sister's saying, she trying to piece it together. Like, I know she's in her learning. All of us are learning. All of us are learning. I'm still learning. All of us are learning. I'm not going to knock her for that. You understand what I'm saying? Hit her with the link, Dane. Is she in the chat? Is she in the chat right now? If she's in the chat right now, okay, well, ask her to hit the 13%, the link, and join the 13%. Sister, if you're in the chat, wait, is it not popping up? Okay, it is popping up. There it is, that where it says 13%, hit that link. Oh, she's, okay. Well, come on, BJ, you know I thought you said she was in the chat. I thought you were saying that. But yeah, we don't have, see, the reason why I'm saying that is because tell her, come on. Like, this is not a cult. This is not a religious belief. This is not some, no, this is about the truth. If she wants to be around other people that are, you know what I'm saying, well-versed on our history, come on. Come on. It's not just me. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I would. That's what I'm saying, BJ. If people can reach out to her, let her know, please do that. I don't know who these people are, me personally. All of this stuff got sent to me. No, you good, BJ. You good. You good. All of this got sent to me in the 13%. So I don't know these people directly. You know what I mean? I'm just reacting to what they're saying. But I'm just proud that they're trying.
See, a lot of y'all have benefited off of black people's ignorance. And like I've been telling y'all time is ticking. And then for the rest of you all, our Native American cousins, why do y'all feel like y'all have the right to withhold any history regarding our people that may be intertwined and conjoined with you guys? Knowing that
it's not hold on, wait a minute. It's not the fact that they're holding it, they're not accepting it. They're not accepting it. Particular tribes only go off of particular treaties that they were recognized that have been revamped to fit the narrative of the Indian Bureau of Affairs. Okay? So you just got to know that the laws have been tweaked to work in these foreigners' favor. So it's only certain things that they can allow. The only reason why you see some of our people squeezing in between the cracks is because their family was already previously accepted and they ain't got no choice. You understand what I'm saying? But to say, all right, come on. Because it's, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But there's other ones that were a part of these civilized tribes that do have the proof that are full-blooded, That's number one. Number two, that are on a different census, they're not going to accept it. That's what happens. So not necessarily the Native Americans are doing that, but it's the people that are in charge of them that are doing that. Okay, and that will be the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Just to let you know that.
A lot of the tribes had people that look like me as slaves.
That's true.
Y'all so desperate to try to hide the history. Y'all are really trying to take this shit to court and try to do other measures just to keep us from finding out the history. That makes y'all look suspicious. That makes y'all look like y'all hiding something. If it's not a big deal and we're just a bunch of liars, why are y'all so desperate to try to hide the history?
Right.
Now me, I'm a Creole person. I'm somebody that I know for a fact I have mixed ancestry that could include Black, French, Hispanic, European, and Native American. My Louisiana side, all of my family does their genealogy, and my Texas side does a very good job of keeping up with their records. And my great-grandmother, God rest her soul, our matriarch, gave me some information that ties up with the Native Americans. And I've been finding all of our family members on the Dawes rolls, not only on the Freedmen Dawes rolls, but I have ancestors that were listed as full-blood Indigenous Americans.
Stop. What'd I just say? Let me I'm gonna let it breathe. What'd I just say? It's not gonna fail. It's not gonna fail. But but keep in mind, she's still learning, just like everybody else is. Like we all are. But she kind of sort of like in the beginning, middle-ish stages. She ain't hit the climax yet, but she getting there.
And I know that may be a problem for you all, but please ask me, do I care or not? And I just feel like this. Nobody about to sit over here and just lie just to lie. You feel me? While y'all sitting over here getting mad at my community, y'all need to go start looking at y'all tribal leaders. Y'all need to go start asking them questions and ask them what the hell is going on, because I can guarantee you something is not right.
Uh-oh. She can guarantee you something is not right. Now listen. All of us can. All of us can. That's why genealogy is very important. The more of y'all find out what happened to y'all family, we're gonna be stuck. I'm telling you, it's a problem when we know what's up. Because we know that there's people in there that should not be there. All right?
Something is wrong. And I feel like if y'all are not being tricked by the colonizer, you guys are working right along with them. And that's something that we're not going to tolerate from none of y'all.
And what if I tell you, sister, that the colonizer is in the tribe? I could bet $1 million you would just say, I thought so. I thought so. Because the paperwork said, and I can guarantee you would have said that.
Not the white tea people, not the Native Americans, not the African diaspora. And I've been listening to a lot of y'all with this dangerous rhetoric. And my best advice to y'all while y'all want to pick sides is probably best not to try to incite things with the 13% of the population that they claim keeps up the most criminal ruckus. I don't think that smoke, which y'all claim y'all looking for, y'all really don't want that shit.
Can we just drop some 13s in the chat real quick? Wait a minute.
Set it on fire. Fire.
Wait a minute. Can we just drop some 13s in the chat real quick?
It's up.
That number's spiritual for a reason. You hear me? Listen. Oh man. Hey. And look, and sister know it too, but she just don't know it yet. Okay? But I'm talking about, look.
It's up.
Ooh, that represent our land, buddy. Okay. All right, here we go.
All we trying to do is do our research, do our ancestry, find out information. For a lot of us, it ain't got nothing to do with no benefits that y'all think we want. A lot of it is because we own land that our ancestors had passed down to us. And it also involves ancestral veneration. So how are we supposed to be able to venerate our ancestors properly if we don't know who they are?
Set it on fire. Fire. Fire.
It's a lot bigger than the little benefits and certain things that y'all think that we want from y'all. Most Black Americans are very successful. We worked hard in this country to build ourselves up when everything and everybody is and still now is against us. And we still shitting on a lot of y'all.
Woo!
And I also find it so funny how when I started finding out my family information and I started finding a lot of my family members in the dolls roles, when I went to the natives, I was just met with a bunch of racism, a bunch of anti-Blackness, a bunch of them admitting, well, you may have the ancestry, but they still won't let you in because it has to be this, it has to be that. Y'all seem to have a problem with people that look like me with Afro texture hair reconnecting back to the tribe. But when I went to the Black Indigenous TikTok or the Wabo TikTok, I was provided with an abundance of information.
Set it on fire.
That's the point.
Fire.
That's the point.
About things that y'all should know, things that y'all should be able to tell us, especially if we do have the documentation, genealogy, ancestry, paperwork to show that.
Woo! We got proof. We got proof. Y'all can't listen. You cannot debunk the truth.
Fire.
We got proof. That's why they be hiding in the comment section. They don't want to show their face for real. They know better. I swear I be wanting to pop up on them folks just cuz. But I gotta keep it professional. I welcome them on my platform. Let's get a debate in. They run scared. Ooh, hey man. I'm proud, man.
What's the issue? At this point, I really think all of y'all are some suspicious characters, and I really wish that y'all would leave Black American genealogy to the Black Americans, the ones that are actually educated and the ones that actually know, because trying to feed us information from the colonizer about our history and his story, the one that won, that's not going to suffice for us. And y'all also went along and thought it was funny to disrespect our elders as if our elders were some type of imbeciles, as if our elders were these uneducated, just crazy mongrel Black people that just don't know shit, when we are the descendants of those ancestors that y'all could not destroy.
Right.
So please.
Hold on, sister. Good
Set
job.
It on fire.
Good job.
Fire.
Good job. You see? That's what I'm talking about. Matt, give her a round of applause. Cause that's... Talk to them, bro. All right. That's what I'm talking about. They can't take that from you when you got evidence, when you got paperwork, when you got the receipts. They can't take that from you. So what they do, they sit an agenda out there to try to hide it some more, make it more difficult for others to wake up, raise the prices sky high. I remember back in, 2017, when they raised the genealogy prices up by 500%. Yeah, man. You ain't getting away with it.
Be aware, our elders are not dumb. They're not dizzy. They know exactly what the fuck they're talking about, and they know exactly who the fuck they were. Sorry if it doesn't fit your narrative.
Set it on fire.
And please be aware, I know it's all ha-ha and fun and games now, but sometimes your mouth, it can condemn you. these are lessons and these are things that I'm working on myself. So I always try to make sure I'm being mindful of what I say online. I'm always trying to be mindful of what I say to people just in general. Oh, yeah. And while you guys are still working tirelessly day after day, trying to get a reaction out of my community, and you guys think that you're going to incite violence or try to claim you want WAR with my community, please be aware the colonizer could not destroy us. The Spanish, the French, the Irish could not destroy us. The Africans could not destroy us. The Native Americans could not destroy us. What else? Tulsa, Oklahoma did not destroy us. Rosewood did not destroy us. The Tuskegee experiments did not destroy us. World War I, World War II, and the Civil War did not destroy us. All of the black massacre incidents from the 18 and the 1900s did not destroy us, honey. Jim Crow did not destroy us. Redlining did not destroy us. Poison in the water and poison our community, putting lead in the walls did not destroy us.
It's up.
All right, y'all. It's been real. I'm gonna call it a night right there. Y'all, it's over with. I see y'all next time. I'm gonna go live. She killed
Set
that.
it on fire, 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 fire.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Are y'all seeing the pattern? So, while y'all still working tirelessly, trying to destroy us, good luck with that.
I just got a question.
Oh my gosh. Hey, shout out to the sister here. Shout out to the sister here. Shout out to all of our beautiful sisters out there that know well, that know that it just sit in your spirit. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. All right, that last part gotta get clipped. I may even clip that and post that myself. Matter of fact, I'm gonna clip that and post that myself, bruh. Woo! I'm just saying. Yeah. Let me. I'm trying to find where they said it was an African that was talking. Oh. Okay. I remember. My disclaimer. I'm not agreeing with everybody what they saying, okay? I'm not saying that, okay? Not everybody gonna state things that I agree with, okay? Just disclaimer. So I'm gonna play this turn.
This message is for Black Americans. I feel that I have to explain, certainly just for me, not for other Africans, but I feel like I have to explain to you. Because I consider myself to be fairly educated, and I was educated in Kenya. And the education system in Kenya is fundamentally flawed, okay? So when we learned history, the history that I learned, there was a tiny, like a little segment about slave trade. And it wasn't even clear what the slave trade was. All I know was it was mentioned, and I was like, who were these slaves? I don't know who the slaves were. It's not clear. And of course, it's on purpose. So the things that I learned in history was about the Great Boer Trek. That's right. The Great Boer Trek. I had to memorize that shit, okay? Now, I remember watching programs, American programs, and we were so confused because we didn't know why you were speaking, like things like Good Times and all those programs, but I didn't know why Black people were speaking like that. So we were asking our dads, why are those people speaking like that? We did not know. We did not understand.
Hold on, what does she mean by that? Like she said programs like Good Times, speaking like what? I don't. What, speaking like what? What did she mean by that, y'all? She didn't know that we were speaking like that. And then she said the television programs like Good Times, speaking like what? What does she mean? Y'all saying English maybe? You talking about slang? She doesn't even know? She didn't understand the culture? Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, why is she saying that? Or is she talking about us speaking that we are African Oh, I get it. She's speaking like, she's saying that we were speaking like we were slaves from Africa. Right? Got to be. Let me see.
And when did I start to understand the history of the slave trade?
Right.
It's many years later, and I'm still learning.
So, they had no idea. What did I tell y'all? Never mind. Let me play.
I found a book actually called Black and British, and that book is the most comprehensive account of the slave trade. And it recounts, what happens in the South and the bringing of slaves and everything to America. But the thing that was very poignant for me was going to Zanzibar and learning about something called the whipping post. And this is where the slaves used to be whipped to break them, basically. Now, I was in America years ago, and I did not understand Black Americans. And I actually wrote a whole show about this called African in New York. And I talk about this because I did not understand Black Americans, because I thought that you had a burden, but I didn't understand what the burden was. Because we are still there's a fog for us Africans, so that we don't know a great deal about Black Americans. And I thought about it for a very long time, trying to understand the situation. And it's on purpose that we should know the suffering that you went through. Our country's education system is suppressed by colonizers, so we do not know about the journey of Black Americans. And I've been learning about this journey. I was reading the book by Malcolm X, and I was like, wow, my God. For us Africans, a lot of what you guys went through is just crazy. Not that Africans did not go through shit. We went through a lot of shit through the Europeans, but they keep us ignorant of each other's suffering for the purpose of misunderstanding each other.
Wow. Wow. And see how hard it doesn't have to be? It's not hard. These people are out there trying to pretend like it's hard for them to tell the truth. But when you don't understand something, it's okay to say that you don't understand. It's okay to say that you don't get it. It's okay to say that you don't know. Because you're right. Everybody got taught indoctrination by a particular colonizer, right? What you went through may not be the same thing that I went through. What your people went through may not be the same thing my people went through. What your people went through is not, let's be clear, is not the same things that my people went through. So when you coming over here and you're trying to learn about my people, it's best that you get it from my people that know who they are, that are not misrepresenting themselves by saying that they are you. Because that was the confusing part of you that you heard. You was like, why are they claiming that they're African? You never heard of this before. because it's a lie. And just like how you got taught indoctrination in your landmass of Kenya, we got taught indoctrination in our landmass here in America. But that doesn't mean that it is the same indoctrination. But it is, in fact, indoctrination. Misinformation. So that's great that you acknowledge that you were taught a lie. So don't knock us for saying that we were taught lies as well.
Fundamentally, I know that Black Americans have lived through a very hostile environment and fundamentally come through on the other side. And I just wanted to say, I feel your pain. I feel your pain because I have understood you. But this is a journey I've been on because my own parents were actually in a concentration camp in Kenya. You see what's happening in Gaza now? That was my tribe in Kenya. My mother spent 8 years from the age of 8 until she was 16. She was in a concentration camp being systematically starved, as you're seeing in Gaza.
You can only assume what our pain is. Listen, you can only assume what our pain is. That doesn't mean that you can relate. Again, that's not me coming at you or your people, but there is a difference. That's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for our people to even acknowledge that there is a difference between us and other people. What we went through is what we went through. Why would we listen? And I know it's going to be some people out there, let's say, all people should unify. I agree with you to a certain extent. The reason why is because it has to be the right people. To unify. Otherwise, we'll be running into a brick wall. Or we'll be running into a burning house. It has to be the right people. They have to know who they are. And they also have to know that there is a difference. They purposely changed the word from indigenous, or the term from indigenous people to indigenous peoples, when people is already plural. But they added the S to include more people. And keep in mind, if you look at that closely, that's a form of unifying. But so is a group of foreigners that assemble their own freedom. They're going to do that for their own people. We should be doing that for our people. We have to. We must. We got to break those Deuteronomy curses. We don't have to die to break the curse, y'all. We have to break the curse here right here on earth, or whatever you want to call it, right here in the physical and spiritual and mental. That's what needs to unify. Somebody asked how. You have to become one with yourself first. You have to hold yourself accountable individually. It has to start with you. You have to set the example. This is why you hear me tell people that they have to be leaders. It shouldn't just be one. We should all be breeding leaders within our communities. And I'm going to jump ahead and tell you that we are, but they have been misdirected so they won't realize their positions.
So it's not that we did not go through shit, but I just wanted to say, I acknowledge you, Black Americans.
Okay, hold on, because some of y'all gonna take that wrong. Like, she acknowledging what you went. No, she's just letting you know that she's understanding. She's learning as well. Again, they're all learning at the same time. Our people are. We're all learning at the same time, especially when they're receiving their education from America and other countries. Because when they go over here, they like, wait a minute, that's not what I was taught. So they relearning again. Unfortunately, some of that, they'll attach themselves to and say, all right, well, that's the truth because that's what y'all learning about, right? But when you acknowledge that your educational system is flawed, like how you did right in the beginning of this video, you have to also know that that is the exact same thing as far as education is concerned for our people over here in America. Any landmass that was colonized. And I really do hate to use that term colonize for a different reason. I'm going to get into that in a later time, but, because they have twisted and, they twisted our tongue so we won't understand each other. That's a pidgin language. A broken language from a native tongue or native tongues. It will be more than one lingo combined. That's a trade language. So years ago, when I explained and displayed that the indigenous language, English, came from us originally, I also showed you that they admitted that as well. Who was they? The foreigners that learned English when they got here. You won't be able to find a school in Europe that was of that time where they were teaching English as their language. Because how were you teaching English as your language when you were writing in Latin? They said that the letter J came into the English language. Listen. By an Italian. And that letter J was never accepted into their language. Into their alphabet. That letter J was never accepted into their alphabet, but we accepted it into ours. Oh, but an Italian Gonna know how to speak English. And gonna say, you know what? I'll add a letter to their alphabet. No. They were speaking different languages of those particular land masses. The stuff that you're learning about, I'm going to get into that soon. You guys are going to be seeing me drop a lot of segments on this part. This had to do, I had to do a lot of research on this. So it's going to have to be more than one segment. You guys will see that. But yes, and it's deeper than Noah Webster. I did Noah Webster's part, but I do have another part on Noah Webster to let you know that they even admitted that the English language consists of 26 different native tongues of North America. They made that clear. Not nowhere else. Not nowhere else. They said North America. All right. Let me go to the shout out to those of you that became members too, by the way. Don't think I'm not seeing that, y'all. Hold up. I just didn't have it. Wait, let me see if I could turn it up. Okay, yeah, I got it turned up, but I did have it up. But when I'm talking, I just didn't stop it at that very time that happened. I apologize about that, but shout out to you that are becoming members as well. I see Chief Tubman's came back. Shout out to you. And then Letitia, thank you for being a member for 4 months in a row. Shout out to you. And then Hold the Truth Hostage, thank you for the dono. You said, my brother, respect, man. You're not cooking, you volcano.
Set it on fire. Fire.
I appreciate that.
Fire. Fire.
Don Evans, thank you for becoming a member. You said, do you know that my daughter great grandmother is Indian? I forgot what tribe she is from, but when she passed, she couldn't pass the money to her kids. Oh man, that's where the trust come in at. But you know, the majority of our people were aware of certain, you know, the importance of having a trust, but some people didn't have it established, you know, to that, depending on where you're located. It could be there, but you will have to do some digging. I strongly suggest you get inside of the 13% community server and let me know your individual situation. Me personally, I would need to know more information to know what you have, because I'm not trying to say that you will get that money back, but there's a possibility if it was done properly. Faith is all we need. Thank you for the donation. You said it's not on us, it's in us. Let's get it. Wayne Penitent Jr., thank you for the super chat. He said, Dane, don't miss. Live as fire. And by the way, Resident Evil Nemesis was the best one. Yeah, that's Resident Evil 3, by the way. You know,
It's up.
you already know. My favorite one was Resident Evil 2, then Resident Evil 3 for me. Just me. But definitely Resident Evil 3 was number 2, hands down, in my opinion. Sunshine, thank you for the super chat. She says, seems like colonizers are the culprit worldwide. I mean, it happened, okay, as far as colonization happened in different sections, and you know, of the what we would consider the world, but that doesn't mean that we all went through the exact same thing. We all had different reasons why certain things did happen. Sometimes it could have been cut short. Sometimes we could have fought back. Sometimes they could have lost wars, we could have lost wars, or battles rather, or we could have lost battles. But everybody's story is different. The only certain similarities that we really do have that I see is the fact that certain cultures will have certain celebrations that are similar to ours. Like we all love music. Like we know that for a fact. Like, you know, I'm not trying to change the subject, but I'm just letting y'all know that that is one thing that we definitely share in common. And that's the reason why you will see that some people will come out there and say that those are our distant cousins. Keep in mind, I understand why they're saying that, because they're making the correlation. But you guys have to understand that that does not mean that we are the exact same people. We're just people that walk towards the beat of the drum. We are the chosen. We are the type people who can know that we are the chosen. We are here to make everything else tick. The clock does not move without us providing our batteries. We are the energy. Nicole Stanbury, thank you for being a member for 30 months in a row. So I've been here a couple of years and I'm thankful. I appreciate that, Nicole. Yeah, 30 months in a row. I appreciate that. All right, so let me play the next one, and I believe this is the one they were saying that that the lady was saying. Let me make sure. Let me see. I'm not sure.
Part of being African American is people generally expect for you to be the bigger person while thinking so little of you. We're constantly told that we don't have any culture. People come on here every day and tell us that their moms and their grandparents.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all got to tell me in a. Hey, somebody DM me. Who sent me this? You got it real quick. Make sure. I'm not trying to play this if she about to troll and one of her titties pop out. Make sure that this. Okay. Oh, all right. Look, I'm just making sure because I don't want no, you know what I'm saying? All right.
Told them not to talk to us. And then y'all come on here and say that we're all together. One thing I've learned as an African American is solidarity amongst people of color is definitely a thing. It's just sometimes the African Americans get set out to dry. We're the odd man out. And we show up for everybody. We tell everybody the lay of the land, how things go here. Nobody knows America better than us.
Because we are the indigenous people. Uh-huh.
And now it's just like, we just want the world to show up for us like we show up for them. That's all it is. We just get tired of it, man.
I understand. Like, we earn the respect of those people, but keep in mind, if we don't respect our own people, then what makes you think that other people will respect us? If we show, no, I'm not saying that what the sister is saying is wrong. She's absolutely correct. But what our people got to realize is that, yes, demanding this type of respect got to come with you having respect for your own people. We got to walk in formation. We got to get in line for real. Some of y'all may say that we got to get on code. But keep in mind that the code was set and we not following by it. The line was called for, but we not falling in. It's bigger than our brothers and sisters fighting and killing each other on the street and, you know, the baby father or the baby mama got drama. Yeah, it's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the fact that we're separated. I'm not saying that none of those that I just mentioned as an example plays a role. It does play a role. Those are some of the common results of what happens to our people. But you got to realize is that we got to take control of what's happening over our people. We have to. We got to hold ourselves accountable. Yes, we can blame whitey, white all day long. And you're not wrong for saying that in certain cases. But we got to come to an agreement on this note. As a whole, we got to be held accountable for our actions. We have to. We have to. We made mistakes in the past. Now we got to correct them. We don't got to dwell on the mistakes. We just got to understand them so we can make the right corrections.
We get tired of everybody having to be in our position before they understand our outrage. That's all. We asked you just not to say the N-word. You told us this your mouth. You say whatever you want to say. Okay.
But see, I'm going to be honest with you. They got a point. They can say whatever they want to say because it is their mouth, just like we can. It's not about controlling what they say out of their mouths. It's about controlling what our people do as an end result, as a whole. We have to leave it to the point where they ain't going to have no choice but to respect us. They will not be flying out of their mouth incorrectly once we set the standard. See, we threw them standards out the window and forgot what it was. We threw the code of conduct out the window and forgot what it was. But we're the reason why the majority of these people are civilized somewhat over here in this country right now. They copied our script. The point is that we have to acknowledge that we had a script in the past, and I'm sure that it's going to have to be modified to fit today's society. But there's nothing wrong with reaching back to seeing what our ancestors had previously, so we could learn from the things that were working. Okay, and also learn from the things that weren't working. Like, for example, desegregation worked against us. Our people need to come to that realization. As soon as we start hollering desegregation, our people drop down even lower than they were before. And that was a major issue. But, on top of everything else that I had been mentioning, especially during that time period that I'm referring to, like, we gotta fix this. It's, we gotta take accountability. That's why I said it starts with the individual. You gotta look in the mirror and say to yourself, all right, so what exactly could I do? You talk to yourself out loud and tell your ancestors, the ones that you know that even just recently passed, or the ones you just recently known, or just came about during your genealogy of your family, reach out to them, ask for that wisdom. Let it come to you as a download. It's gonna click. Most of you guys know what I'm talking about. That is real. That's not something that just randomly happened. That's something that if you demand to happen, it will. And it will work in your favor. You dictate and determine what goes on in your life. You don't hand that power to anybody else that you've never seen before. You give that self or that power to you. You just asking for guidance and protection and knowledge of what happened in the past, and let it come to you. And you will be led in the right direction as to find it. It is a journey. Notice how all, except for this lady right here, but the majority of people that are becoming aware of their genealogy or becoming aware of history and how it went, everybody is going to claim that it was a journey. It's a process, but it's progress in the right direction. I'm very thankful that this is happening. Again, this sister's not wrong for speaking up and pointing things out, but I'm trying to go to the solution to that now, because that doesn't have to be, we don't got to dwell on that as if that is an everyday occurrence, even though it is right now, but that should be in existence temporarily. We should be able to get over that hump. All we got to do is create the medication that we all should subscribe to make sure that that particular pain is never felt again. All right, let me pull we ain't do no Caucasian yet. Let me grab a Caucasian. Hold on, I'm scrolling down. Here we go.
Many people don't want to acknowledge that the black community are the chosen people because let's get...
Stop. Hold up. Again, let me put my disclaimer out there. Just because I'm playing these videos don't mean I'm going to agree with every person or everything that the person says. But I'm going to tell you right now, within the first 5 seconds, I agree with that.
Many people don't want to acknowledge that the black community are the chosen people.
Do not want to acknowledge that the so-called black community are the chosen people.
Set it on fire, 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 fire.
All right, you heard it. Let me hear what he's saying.
Many people don't want to acknowledge that the black community are the chosen people because let's get deep into this. Because in reality, they have the knowledge that most people don't have. Like, the only reason why people know how to farm is because of the black community.
Woo!
The only reason why we have the music...
Woo! Oh, shit. Big admission. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, this is where you can earn my respect at. This is where you can earn my respect at. When you gonna speak the truth and you gonna acknowledge it, no holds barred, no matter how your other peers may feel, but you know what it is to be true. That's what I'm talking about. Another example rather. This is another example why I'm telling you guys that it's not all foreigners. It's not all of them. We can't say that we can't put it on all of them. Okay?
That we have today is because of the black community. There wouldn't be no rock or metal if it wasn't for blues and jazz. There wouldn't be pop music if it wasn't for disco. There's a lot of things that they created that white people never did. White people really don't have that deep of knowledge. It's either stolen ideas or they're bought. Let's be real. What did white people really invent? You could say Tesla from Elon Musk, but he didn't make that. It was a stolen idea. If you go read what he did, he literally stole the whole business. You could say Trump, but what did Trump do? Stolen ideas, copied somebody else's ideas, just like his speeches. It's like a lot of white people just copy people. I mean, look at the dances on here. Who created those dances? The black community. And that's why this app's so boring right now, because it's not because all this stuff that's going on and the negativity. The black community literally just took their energy away. That's why this app was positive, because a lot of the white people were copying their dance move.
Listen, y'all, when I tell you this is spiritual, listen, y'all. Listen, hold on, y'all. Let him say that whole part again, from the top.
Like, the only reason why people know how to farm is because of the black community. The only reason why we have the music that we have today is because of the black community. There wouldn't be no rock or metal if it wasn't for blues and jazz. There wouldn't be pop music if it wasn't for disco. There's a lot of things that they created that white people never did. White people really don't have that deep of knowledge. It's either stolen ideas or they're bought. Let's be real. What did white people really invent?
Wait a minute, y'all. I think we got some. I think they saying there's some people in the chat that need to get sniped.
Snipers!
Yeah. Because I don't see it, but I just saw somebody mention that, but I don't see it, so it might have. I don't know.
You could say Tesla from Elon Musk, but he didn't make that. It was a stolen idea. If you go read what he did, he literally stole the whole business. You could say Trump, but what did Trump do? Stolen ideas, copied somebody else's ideas, just like his speeches. It's like a lot of people.
Listen, y'all right about that. The fact that he brought up that we own the farms, we the ones that you taught them how to farm. But I told you guys that, and I also told you that. Who told you that? I told you that Martin Luther King told you that it was our farms. It goes back.
All white people just copy people. I mean, look at the dances on here. Who created those dances? The black community. And that's why this app's so boring right now, because it's not because all this
I'm
stuff
not sure
that's going
which
on
app you talking about, but I believe this is TikTok.
And the negativity. The black community literally just took their energy away. That's why this app was positive, because a lot of the white people were copying their dance move, copying this, copying that, and they stopped doing it, stopped posting on here, because none of you will give them the credit or the acknowledgement that they created that dance move.
And I bet y'all know y'all can clip me saying this over and over and over. I'm saying that we are the trendsetters. They copy, y'all know I've been saying this for years. They copied everything from us. They copied the whole script. And that's why I'm saying, y'all stop looking for their acknowledgement. Stop looking for their awards. Stop looking for their their trophies. Stop looking for their money. We got everything that we need that's already here. Nature provided for us, and of course, it's got all to do with that. This is our land. We could feed ourselves and anybody else that we would want to include because we got everything. We got all the resources. Think about that. Before any of these pieces of technology, this and cell phone, that, before any of that, internet, this, before any of that was even thought of, our people were doing well and prosperous here in this landmass. Before any foreigner decided to migrate here, we were doing well. Why would you think, or why do you think they want to come over here so bad? If we weren't doing well then, why they still coming?
That idea.
It ain't hard.
Before this land was taken, white people had no clue what the fuck to do.
Thank you.
They were taught their language. They were taught how to farm. They were taught how to season their food.
Listen, they were taught their language. Hold on.
That they created that dance move or that idea. Before this land was taken, white people had no clue what the fuck to do. They were taught their language. They were taught how to farm. They were taught how to season their food that they still don't know how to do. That's another thing. Seasoning. All their favorite foods, barbecuing. You love the barbecue, right? That was the black community's idea. This is why they are chosen. They have the knowledge that most people don't have. There's a possibility there is white people who are chosen because let's face the facts. What happened during the Roman times and the slavery and all this other stuff, the black women were getting raped. So they were having their children. So there might be a bigger chance than we think that a lot of white people might have possibly a little black in them. That's why white people are jealous of them. Because they know they have no creative ideas. They don't know how to cook, some of them. They don't know how to do.
The reason why he said that, hold on. Wait a minute. I know y'all. Hold on. But wait. I'm going to tell you why he said that. The reason why I know how y'all feel, okay? I know how y'all feel, but hold up. Wait a minute. He said that for a reason. He said that for a reason because a lot of people that are of pale skin, complexion, believe that they came from somewhere else. Like some of you all may think, that they came from the Caucasus Mountains and blah, 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 blah. But, we see where their genetics came from, especially when you take a look at the albino people. Okay? If you look at their history and see where they were coming from, and how a dying breed still to this day has to be mixed in. This is not racism when I'm saying this, y'all. A dying breed of people has to mix in with the more, what you would say, melanated or with the more indigenous person of that landmass in order to continue to have a tribe. Otherwise, they will be, that's it. But they are a dying breed. They are dying, and this is not funny. This is not funny. I'm not trying to say this, as hate, none of that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm stating facts. This could be looked up right now. In fact, you may even pull it up on ChatGPT. The Caucasians are dying faster than they are being born. They have been a dying breed. Okay? That's not funny, but it is the truth. Okay? So yes. Okay? Yes, they have been mixing in. I'm just saying.
Too much anything. They have to copy and paste everything the black community does because they have no ideals of their own, or they're jealous of their looks, jealous of their ding-dongs, whatever. Because their light is shining more than white people's. And honestly, the Bible says there's antichrists everywhere. The Antichrist, blah, blah, blah. But white people are the Antichrist.
Okay. Now, I didn't know. Look, keep in mind, this is my first time saying this. Listen, hold up. I'm going to keep it professional because I know y'all about to go in right there. But I'm just saying, let him say it. Let him say it. Because his people need to hear it. Keep in mind, listen, y'all. When a person knows the truth, hold on, all right. Hold on, because chat, calm down. Because listen, look. He got a point. The reason why is because he's not only, you would think that he's talking to us. He's not. He's talking to his own kind. So you got to understand the way he's doing it. He got balls because they not going to like that part. They don't like that part.
No Christ consciousness whatsoever. If anything, you try to erase Christ consciousness. I mean, look at all of you right now in this day and age. But yeah, none of you has Christ consciousness. Most white people are full of hate. And a lot of black people are full of love. How do I know this? Because the black community treated me better than my own race. Let's just face the facts right.
Ooh, hey. Wow. Hey. Oh man, I didn't even have to say a word, but see, you can't act like these folks don't know neither, y'all. They do. It's just that our people gotta know too. That's what this is all about. Y'all gotta know.
The black community has treated me better than the white people. Back to the Antichrist, though. You had Jim Jones. You have Trump. You have a bunch of white people always saying they're trying to save the world. And
hold on.
They always don't. Those are Antichrists. Always white people doing it. But yeah, most of our knowledge that we know today, the music we have today, the foods we have today, is all from the black community's ideas, which is Christ consciousness, and God gave that knowledge for a reason.
Wow.
It's up.
Wow. No. Yeah, he said Jim Jones. Listen. I mean, he said what he said. He said people like Jim Jones and Trump, he threw Trump in there. People will look at them like that, they the savior. They're going to change everything. See, keep in mind, he talking to his own people. So he ain't talking to us. Like, we going to have a different, keep in mind, I told you guys a disclaimer. I told you I'm not going to agree with what, everything that our people are saying that I'm playing. But, when they talking to their own people, okay, they got to go off of what they know. You understand what I'm saying? So he trying to make a point for them to be like, wait, huh? It's going to be controversial, especially with his own kind. All right. What? Nah, not the rapper Jim Jones. No. Y'all know he not talking about, nah. Y'all playing. What Jim Jones y'all thought he was talking about? Stop playing.
Shalom, family. So I'm seeing all these immigrants all over the internet.
Why I sound like I got my speakers on? My bad, y'all.
Especially the Africans, and they're just like pissed. And the thing that gets me is everybody knows that they have never liked us.
Uh-oh. Y'all stop, y'all. Wait, it was seriously people in here thinking that he was talking about Jim Jones for real, like Jim Jones the rapper? Did y'all listen to Clip's album? I'ma just, like, if y'all low in hip hop right now, I'ma just let y'all know, go get that Clip's album. Let them Virginia boys cook. Stop playing. Right. Right. Yeah, the cult leader. Yeah. But not everybody, because y'all kept saying, well, certain people, I don't know. Y'all was saying that certain people was saying that they was talking about the rapper Jim Jones. And All right, here we go.
They have never even tried to make us feel comfortable. Wow, they've been on our land. Not just the Africans, but all of them. So I guess, and I'm not gonna say I guess, the biggest thing here is that, like, all of these nations had their gods. They had their gods. And they were using their gods, their pagan gods, doing this spiritual warfare. They were going above and beyond doing sorcery and witchcraft. They were doing everything to stay on this land. They would...
Uh-oh. Y'all want me to... Y'all need a break? Y'all need a second? It sounds like she about to get deep. I don't know if y'all want me to... Y'all need some... Y'all want to go get a bottle of water? Huh? She got Bible verses on the screen if y'all got your Bibles out. Can y'all see this? Hold on, I zoomed it in real quick so y'all can see the Bible verses just in case. No, we gonna keep cooking. We not about to stop. But it's about to, yeah, so, y'all ready? Let her cook. All right, I'm just making sure, because look, I'm giving y'all a second. It looked like she about to go ham. All right, say no more.
Trying everything in spiritual warfare against us, summoning up demons, working with the old government. I say the old government because this new government has been hijacked by our Messiah, who's on the throne, Yahushua HaMashiach. But anyways, they've done everything to try to stay here, and nothing worked. So now they are playing the victim, and that's what get me. Like, you're playing the victim as if we didn't know and we didn't see you doing the witchcraft. We could literally go nowhere in public, and to this day, while they're under judgment, them along with Esau and Moab and the Mexicans or Issachar, you still see the wicked, even of our own people and black people as well, trying to still do witchcraft as if they're not going to get it the worst. Those who are still standing during this time, who are trying after you done seen the power of the Most High and you know you don't have a leg to stand on, you all have been saved for the last. The Most High is saving the best for last. So at the end of the day, y'all can stop playing victim and stop acting like we need to join with you. You should be mad at Massa, not us. You were holding hands with Massa. So all of you all need to be crying to Massa, not us. It's not our problem. And at the end of the day, we don't want any parts of that. Actually, what you reap is what you have sown. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, and divine justice and judgment is here. And all praises to the Most High Yahuwah in the name of Yahusha. And Holy Spirit, our Mama Ruach HaKadosh, all praises to the Most High for this that's going on, okay? We don't care if you guys don't know our history in America, and if you don't agree with it, we really don't care. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. And prophecy is happening right here, right now. All praises to the Most High. I just want to share that much peace, love, and light. Shalom.
I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't even cut in. You know what I'm saying? I was like, some said no, let that play.
Set it on fire, 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 fire.
Whether if I agree to disagree, see, notice how it don't matter your faith in this sense. It's what's the overall goal. It's the message. It's always going to come back to the land. It's always going to come back to the people. It's going to always come back to the chosen people. There's no getting around that. It's the indigenous people. That's what this is about. It's us. It's us, man. It's us. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. All right. With that, send me that one real quick. The one with the No. Well, yeah, I think they were men, but I think they was on a podcast and they had a different. Thank you. All right.
What's your views on Tariq Nasheed? Because he's got this thing called Foundational Black American.
Yeah.
What is that about? Because I feel like that's pure division, if I'm not going
to. It is. But I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. This is what it is. There were too many black people from outside Africa, from outside America, going to America and playing the arse. And what it is African Americans spotted this and spotted that there's a consistent pattern.
Wait, his British accent. All right, hold on. What? He said what? Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on.
What's your views on Tariq Nasheed? Because he's got this thing called Foundational Black American.
Yeah.
What is that about? Because I feel like that's pure division, if I'm not going
to. It is. But I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. This is what it is. There were too many black people from outside Africa, from outside America.
So he meant to say it was too many black people from outside America.
Going to America. Migration. And playing the ass.
And playing the ass? What is that? What is... I'm trying to understand what okay, let me play. All right. This is my first time seeing it. They sending this to me. Hold
what
on.
It is African Americans spotted this and spotted that there's a consistent pattern. Black Caribbeans, black people from Africa going to America and being the arse. And what the FBA agenda is putting up a wall and saying, no, you guys can't be a part of this if you're going to be on that, raccoon train.
When you say clean the ass, what? Because from what I know, a lot of Africans, a lot of Caribbeans who go there, academically, they're surpassing them. And also business-wise, they're surpassing them. So who was playing the ass?
When they then use that to say, well, that means that you African Americans are lazy. Do you see?
Yes.
And then being on some right-wing conservatism.
All right, hold up. Because this is this is a double entendre. Let me tell y'all why, right? First of all, this is their assumption of what they think this is, as far as like, for example, at this point, they're talking about Tariq Nasheed's situation, as far as what he believes, should be the representation of the FBA, right? They're trying to make the assumption that their wall is trying to be put up, okay, from all outside people. No, the thing is that we have to make a distinction. We're not the same people. It's not, this is all the more reason why y'all should not be using the term black, because everybody can come over here and not be our people and be attached to black. Keep in mind, they're not really defining black the same way they categorize it inside of the system. So anybody can consider themselves black based just off of what you may think is their skin complexion, when it was never about the skin complexion. It was about the status that they hold within this government. And by the way, the majority of the people that come over here that share our same skin complexion are never classified as black. They're classified as white by way of the US Census. That's just a fact. See, this is the reason why the term black is a problem. It would be okay if it was literally only us, but it's not. The term black was always derogatory to us. They were calling us somebody that we were not. That's the problem. So yeah, I mean, he's saying a wall. And the reason why is because they're going to the extreme to say that Tariq Nasheed is trying to separate the people. And I'm not going to lie, I agree with that. This is the reason why I don't associate myself with Tariq Nasheed, even though I agree with the percentage that he know that he copied from me, because it was me. So y'all gonna hear that similarity because he literally watched me. Okay, so I'm not gonna disagree with that part. I just disagree with this black part. Yes, we were foundational in every aspect of the Americas. We are the Americans, the original Americans. Of course, I agree with that. But that term black is holding us back. And the fact that you claim that we came from Africa. If you're going to set a boundary, you need to set it all away. You need to tell them that there is a distinct difference between us and them. That's how it's got to be, because that's how it is in reality. Period.
Let's throw African Americans under the bus.
That's true.
And let's pretend that Jim Crow didn't happen, redlining didn't happen, breaking up of African American business districts, breaking up of African American families. The COINTELPRO didn't happen. The Iran Contras and then moving drugs into the black community didn't happen. Yeah. And there's a whole list of things continuing right up until now that the American government has done to African Americans. And so for those black people recently arrived from outside America, you all didn't face any of that. So of course you're going to be doing better than African Americans. Duh.
Yeah. But not all of them can be affected by this. There's always got to be certain people who rise above it, regardless of what the situation is. It's just the natural nature of thing. Weeds grow through gardens, you name it. Mm-hmm. Why do you think it is that a country like Jamaica or Africa, where they too have had their deprivations, had their colonialism, had their slavery, why do they go somewhere and tend to excel amongst people who also have gone through it?
Because you left your native land in order to have a better life, because of the condition your native land was in at the time. Like, if I was a Mexican, I I really would not want to be living in Mexico with the cartel situation, and they got control over the government. I wouldn't be wanting to raise my kids out there like that. So I mean, just think about that. Like, of course you would want to go live somewhere else that's better to raise your family. That's all of you guys, especially if you're getting benefits to do so. Don't forget that you're coming in here. That's the problem. You coming in here with a better credit score. You coming in here with better credit. You coming in here with better opportunities, more opportunity. And that's the reason why our people pissed off, because our people waking up to the fact that you guys are getting more than what we ever received from them. Oh, and just be welcoming you guys in to attach to who we are. when you still have not acknowledged what we went through? See, this is the reason why I said there is a point in that sense, but not every foreigner is the same. There are foreigners out there acknowledging what we've been through and respect the fact that we have paved the way for them to be here. Not all of them are stupid or slow. So it's not about causing division. We just need to be segregated, okay? In that sense, we are our own people. We always have been. We did not come from Africa. See, that's the part that Tariq Nasheed got messed up, because he'll tell you that, you know, we indigenous to this landmass, and then he still turn around and say that we are part of Africa as well, and no, we're not. No, we're not. See, that's actually going backwards. As to the, you know, this is the reason why you're still seeing that there's friction, because you're causing it. You can't say that you black from Africa and then turn around and say you're indigenous to America, because that never happened. When the Africans are telling you that they came later. Even these UK people right here telling you that they came later. That the Africans came later. You heard them say that. No, the Africans are not indigenous to the Americas. Straight up. If you're a real African, you will have a passport right now. If you're a real African, you will be able to go back to Africa right now. Unless you're over here seeking asylum and you on that green card, we know better than this. Come on, y'all. All these people that's talking that Africa crap saying that we came from there by way of a so-called slave trade, they just talking. They not showing you how that happened, because that never happened. That's not realistic. I even showed you the other African telling you that she never heard of that before. She only heard that when she came here, and she was confused as to like, well, how come that's not being taught over there in Africa? And she was in Kenya. She like, wait a minute, if that happened, we would have known, right? But yet, she did acknowledge that she was told a lie. That just goes to show you that we were taught a lie as well. What makes you think it would be any different? In that sense, if you want to colonize a land, look at the pattern. How do you do it? You take their children and teach them whatever you want them to be taught, because they're more vulnerable than the adults that will fight back. That's what the slavery was about. It wasn't about the adults. It was about the children. Told you that.
Yeah. But not all of them can be affected by this. There's always got to be certain people who rise above it, regardless of what the situation is. It's just the natural nature thing. Weeds grow through gardens, you name it. Mm-hmm. Why do you think it is that a country like Jamaica or Africa, where they too have had their deprivations, had their colonialism, had their slavery, why do they go somewhere and tend to excel amongst people who also have gone through it?
Because you're not comparing like with like, that's why.
Okay.
Exactly. A lot of us think we are comparing like with like. You're not. Let me explain.
See? Wait, hold on. I don't even know what he about to say. But that part right there, you can't say that we are the same. So I totally agree with him on that point. But let me see what he about to say.
Generally speaking, Caribbeans in America, not the ones in the Caribbean, but the ones in America, will represent the top 10%.
I see.
So if you're really going to compare like with like, you have to compare the top 10% of Caribbeans with the top 10% of African Americans.
Okay.
And when you compare the two, the African Americans are slaughtering us, bro. It's not even close. It's a massacre. But what it is we compare the top 10% with your average African American. You're not comparing like with like. And if you compare your average African American, you're 51, you got 1 to 100 and Mr. number 51. Number 51 is richer by a factor of 20 than your average Jamaican. Do you see? So what happens is it's a perception thing. Now let's be clear. We can all point to people from outside America. Go to America and rise. Yeah. Colin Powell did that. Kamala Davy Harris has done that, whatever. But you can't pretend that's typical. Do you see?
Yeah.
But what happens is because we live in a world where people don't really have full pictures, you can take the exception, use that to smack around African Americans' faces. You know, this guy just got off the boat. He's doing better than you. Not realizing, but for my man to have got on the boat in the first place, he wasn't typical of the country that he was coming from. He was in the top echelons of that country, do you see?
Yeah.
And the same is true also with people from Africa going to Black America. So if we're going to compare the top 10%, let's compare the top 10%. And when we do that, African Americans are slaughtering us.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't see the whole podcast, but that's a very good point that he made. That's a very good point that he made. Very good point. Yes, that's a very good point. Again, I didn't see the whole podcast. I don't know what else he's going to say after that, but I agree with everything that he said right there. Number one, it is based off of the condition that we ended up adapting. Okay? Keep in mind, originally, we were always the capitalists of this society. I've been told y'all that. Even the foreigners knew that. Why you think they took the land from us? We were already capitalizing, even during slavery. We were the ones that were prospering. We were the ones that were at the top. These numbers that they created for y'all is made up. Like, think about it. They told us years ago that our population is what they say, 43 million or 48 million or 53 million, whatever number they claim, but it never progressed up. And it's been a long time now. They've been lying about the numbers. Always has been. Always have been. What it really is that they don't want to display to our people that we actually are at the top, but we're at the bottom because we're not doing for our own people. But we are at the top if we do for our own people. It's automatic. We do for our own communities. I'm not playing. This is what we used to do. You guys can look this up. Historically speaking, we had our own communities and we were prospering. We were doing very well. Anything as far as business is concerned that you could think of, we had and we owned. The foreigners copied our script. We already had this stuff. For example, the reason why they came after Tulsa, Oklahoma, the overall reason why is because the Greenwood district was above nothing but oil. Nothing but oil. That was a land grab, y'all. Y'all know that they doing this in real life. Look at the floods that happen. Look at the hurricanes that happen. It's always something or some type of resource that they're looking for. Okay? This government was based off of commerce and trade. They're all in business and in bed with each other. All of them. The foreigners came over here and built up shop because we allowed them to. We need to take that back over. They gotta get changed. All right, let me see something else. All right, hold on. Let me do a brother. Well, I don't know if he. Hold on. I don't.
Now you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to do what I'm going to tell you to do.
All right, hold on. Disclaimer. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he about to say. I may and may not agree with what he's saying. Just saying.
Black people. Now you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to do what I'm going to tell you to do. But I want you today to find Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill. And I want you to take a copy of that big, beautiful bill. Matter of fact, if you have a computer, I want you to take a copy of this big, beautiful bill. And I want you to put it into ChatGPT. And when you put the big, beautiful bill into ChatGPT, this is what I want you to ask it. Find a way that the American people can flip the bill upside down against the Trump administration. Just do it. You will be shocked at what ChatGPT tells you. You will be shocked at how many things Americans can do and start to do, including the black community, to literally turn this bill upside fucking down. If you don't believe me, do exactly what I just told you to do.
I mean, I don't need ChatGPT to tell me what we could do. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I done already told you what we could do. We already possess the power to create our own nations right here in our own landmass. We don't need the acknowledgement of another foreigner in order for that to happen. But you know, whatever. Like, why you saying that? Except, let me get something else.
It's time we speak the fuck up. Stop letting these people talk that like that. We let anybody in this community. We're too welcoming. I see a white boy hit the nay-nay in a goddamn sweater vest. It's 1,000 comments from my people inviting that cookout. Who cookout could he come to? Not ours. We wear koofies at our cookout. It's only beef ribs on our grill. Fuck you. But I never forget, one of my cousins was drunk as shit and invited a random white person to the party. Dig right in, making big ass plates. Mind you, John, my seafood salad. Okay? This piling it up like this. She got a pile this high of seafood salad. Where the you going? Let me tell you, Sue don't play with them whites. Wanda. She said, what the you doing? Just like that, what the are you doing? White boy? He said, oh, buddy here said I could come and say, come on, he's my friend. My mom cussed him out. Took the plate and scooped the back in the trays. You ain't welcome here.
What? Okay. All right. All right. Listen. Yeah, that's auntie. You can't even say nothing. That's auntie. They gonna act like that regardless. And she gonna listen to Big Mama now. She done seen what Big Mama did. And if Big Mama say no, Indians only. All right. What? All right, hold on. They got one more, y'all. One more. Is it the same? Please don't let it be the same.
Your white skin is so beautiful. Why do you go to the beach and burn yourself to a crisp trying to get brown if it's so wonderful to be white? And if you love your thin lips, why are you going to the doctor getting collagen injected and telling me my lips are too big? Don't, you know, that's my thing. That's usually whenever, you know, white girls come to me, oh, your butt is so big. And it's like, well, why do you go get on that stair stepper at Holiday Health Spa trying to get your butt as big as mine? And being white is so wonderful. I don't understand why all these white teenagers don't stay white. You're white.
Wow. This had to been like the, hold on, this is the 90s, right? Let me see. This looked like the 90s, the hairstyle, the colors, the VHS look. All right. A shout out to the ladies. You know, they, if I'm not, you know, they grown down. You know what I'm saying? They was grown then, but I'm just saying they grown down. But I mean, and look, and that's crazy because that's still happening to this day. They've been trying to, everybody been copying us. Everybody, y'all seen it? Y'all seen it. It's time for y'all to clock in now, man. Y'all got to clock in and start doing y'all part. That's the overall message that I'm going to leave with y'all tonight. Y'all got to clock in. It's time now, man. I'm telling you. We going to pick this back up tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but it's gonna be later on today, and I know it's late. I appreciate you all coming out. Let me do my shout outs real quick. Wanda USA, thank you for the super chat. You said change race categories to reflect accurate lineage. I agree. Let me see. Mahogany Trucks, thank you for the super chat. You said, what is interesting in what I found is that many countries are kicking Nigerians and Jamaicans out of their land, and Ghana especially warring with Nigerians. If y'all want some more information about that, definitely look it up. Okay, is he saying what he just said? I'm just saying. The real Birdman Jr., what's up, brother? Thank you for the super chat. And Wanda USA doubled up again. You said, just watch Queen Janice unpack. She's smart, never heard of her before yesterday. She need to stop acting like she don't get along with her own people. That's all I say. She had somebody else in her ear at that time. All she gotta do is apologize. We grown. Irva Reed, thank you for the super chat. Energy vampires, yeah. You talk about what happened earlier where they was talking about those, different types of the breeds. It be happening. Those people do exist, y'all. I hope this was a good one and people learn from this. Ben, thank you for becoming a member. Yeah, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna pick this back up later on this evening, most likely. But if it's a little earlier than that, I apologize regardless. I'm gonna see y'all again later on. I thank you all for coming out. I didn't mean for it to be this late, but I thank you all for coming out, and I appreciate you all for doing that with it being this late. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the best. Absolute best. I love y'all. You all have a great rest of your day, and I'm gonna see y'all shortly. Wado. I'm just here to make you think.
Yeah, DNA.